In this lecture, we're going to be looking at how to obtain class attributes. Let's dive right into the action. We start by using our PHP tags. So I'll declare some PHP tags, open up some space to write our PHP code, and like always, let's define our class. So we type class, followed by the class name person, our opening and closing curly braces, and let's define some attributes of the class. Again, var first name, and I'll just put no value set. I'll do that. I'll copy this, drop it down the line, change the first last name, and I'll create our other attribute. We called it age, and we gave it the value of 29. Okay, and we defined, well, we used one constant, and we called it middle name in all capital letters. I'll do middle underscore name, and we assigned it the value of let's say Josh. These are just examples. So after we do that, we can set up some methods. We use the keyword by PHP called function to start declaring functions. So function followed by a method name. I call it 01 followed by parentheses, open and closing curly braces. And I'll just take this and paste it down here and just call it operation 2. After we do that, we're pretty much done with our class for right now. And I'll put end of person class, or class person, end of class person. Okay, so now let's go ahead and define, or let's create an object of the class called person. So there's another alternative way. When we're creating objects of a class, we don't have to use the var keyword. We can just use let's say an object name of our choice. So let's just call it person underscore 1. And I'll actually tell you guys I prefer not to use the var keyword when you're creating objects of a person. It's a lot easier. Or of a class. Person underscore 01 followed by the keyword new, because we want to create a new object of a class, and the class is called person followed by parentheses. So now we have our object called person underscore 1 of the class name person. Let's actually access the first name of this object called person underscore 1. I'll use a built-in method from PHP called echo. And what echo does, it just displays information from PHP that we want to your HTML page. That's all echo does. It just displays whatever type of information you apply to it. So we're going to use the information or the attribute from person underscore 01. And let's say the variable name was called first name. This is how you obtain information or attributes from the object called person underscore 1 from the person class. And what this arrow is, what this arrow is saying is, hey, from the person underscore 1, I want to access a attribute from that object called first underscore name. So we're accessing the data that's stored inside this attribute, of course, which is called no value because we had our default value is no value. After we do that, we're pretty much done, and I'll copy this, and what I'll do, I'll just, let's say last name goes there. And for our really nice and basic HTML existing programmers or developers out there, what you can do, since we're just displaying information to an HTML page, you guys can do double quotes, and we can actually use the HTML break tag to break apart information in HTML as well. After we do that, we're pretty much done. So in part 2, which I'll show you that it does work and it's displayed, because I do have a PHP server running, and if you guys do not a problem. So I'll show you guys that it actually works.